afternoon. Thousands are expected to flock to passenger terminals and cemeteries this weekend in the annual observance of Undas, or All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day. Let's check in first with the situation at bus terminals in Quezon City. Our reporter MJ Salcedo joins us live from Cubao. MJ?
Yes, Neil, we are currently here at the Baliwag Bus Terminal in Cubao, Quezon City, and you can see behind me the passengers already waiting for their respective bus to travel to their home provinces ahead of the Undas break. According to the dispatcher of the Baliwag Terminal, from their first trip at 2:30 a.m. until 9 a.m. in the morning, 44 buses with 49 seat capacity departed from Bulacan and Nueva Ecija provinces. The estimated number of passengers is 2,150. We also asked around in other bus terminals here in Quezon City, where their management told us that the surge in passengers going to different provinces already started this Thursday morning. For Genesis Bus Terminal, 40 buses each with a seating capacity of 45 departed between 12 a.m. and 8 a.m. They carried an estimated 2,250 passengers to destinations including Baguio City, Pampanga, Bataan, Olongapo, and Baler. At 5-star Bus Terminal, 40 buses with 45 seating capacity carrying a total of 1,800 passengers traveled to Nueva Ecija, Pangasinan, Cagayan, Pampanga, and Isabela from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. Meanwhile, Cisco Bus Terminal, which serves routes to Nueva Ecija and Pangasinan, recorded an estimated 765 passengers aboard 17 buses from 1:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. this Thursday. As for the Solid North Bus Terminal, serving routes to Pangasinan, 12 buses with 45 seating capacity or carrying an estimated total number of passengers of 540 started to travel from 1 a.m. to 9:20 a.m. As for the Alps Terminal going to Batangas, recorded 765 passengers or 15 buses with 51 seating capacity from 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. Management of some of these terminals noted that the morning traffic was still normal, but expects a surge in passengers in the afternoon and evening, and until tomorrow, October 31, or the start of the holiday. With this, personnel from different agencies such as the Philippine National Police and MMDA roam around here to ensure the safety of passengers and also to manage the traffic amidst this Undas travel rush. Only yesterday or on Wednesday, Acting Transportation Secretary Giovanni Lopez said the management and operators of public transportation, including bus terminals, have been placed on heightened alert during the Undas holiday. Back to you, Neil.
MJ, just one question, meron bang mga extra na paghahanda yung mga management ng mga bus terminals natin para sa ating mga driver? Because when we talk about ganito klaseng season, we also talk about road safety.
Yes, as for the drivers naman, Neil, kung matatandaan natin kahapon lamang ay sa PITX din, nagsagawa si Transportation Secretary Giovanni Lopez at iba pang mga ahensya, kasamang iba pang mga ahensya, ng random drug testing upang matiyak nga na talagang handa yung mga driver at talagang kumbaga handa sila para dito sa Undas break dahil dadagsaan nga talaga ang mga pasahero. At sabi rin ng nakausap nga natin kanina dito sa bus terminal, ang dispatcher dito, nakausap natin, ang sabi dito na sa ngayon, medyo dumadami ang mga pasahero. Ngunit pagdating daw ng tanghali, yun nga, this afternoon and also, more importantly, sa evening and tomorrow, mas dadami pa yung mga pasahero. Kaya naman, mas paghahandaan daw nila ito upang yung ating mga pasahero ay mas ma-accommodate, Neil.
Kasi may mga availability pa rin ba ng mga bus for tomorrow and perhaps for November 1 para doon sa mga kababayan naman natin na perhaps Friday or Sabado pa makakauwi?
Yes, Neil, talagang handang-handa nga dito yung management ng bus terminals dito sa Quezon City na nakausap natin. They also said na talagang simula daw last year sa mga nakaraang taon pa na alam na nila, inaasahan na nila na the passengers, yung ating mga kababayan ay talagang sanay daw sa rush hour, kaya naman mas dadami pa daw bukas. Kaya mas paghahandaan daw nila yung mga bus na kanilang ide-deploy dito. At Kung sakali daw nakatulad dito sa Baliwag Terminal at pati na rin sa 5-star terminal sa iba't ibang terminals dito sa Quezon City, na kapag kung sakali dito sa isang terminal nga dito sa Cubao ay pupunta or babiyahe sa Nueva Ecija for example, meron na agad kapalit na isa pang bus para naman yung mga susunod na passenger na babiyahe rin sa probinsyang ayon ay ma-accommodate niyo.
Maraming salamat, MJ. That's MJ Salcedo reporting live from Quezon City. Authorities are also gearing up for the influx of passengers and visitors ahead of the Undas rush, with the Philippine National Police deploying its personnel across the country. To tell us more, here's Jason Sigales reporting live from Camp Crame in Quezon City. Jason?
Yes, Neil, I'm at the Philippine National Police headquarters here in Camp Crame, Quezon City. The National Police Force has been on heightened alert since midnight on Wednesday, October 29. The PNP will be on this alert status until 11:59 p.m. on Monday, November 3. Now, what does this heightened alert status mean? The heightened alert status means the PNP will increase its personnel strength by 25%. In terms of the officers it is deploying to cemeteries, transport terminals, major roads, and other areas of convergence. Last Tuesday, the PNP said it is deploying 50,253 police officers for security during this year's commemoration of Undas. The National Capital Region Police Office particularly noted that 8,575 police officers are deployed throughout Metro Manila. The police's deployment is supported by 16,592 personnel from the Armed Forces of the Philippines, the Bureau of Fire Protection, and the Philippine Coast Guard, as well as 45,712 barangay tanods and volunteers. The PNP also said it will set up 5,015 police assistance desks to assist travelers and visitors at cemeteries and columbaria. Last week, the PNP said it will specifically target online scams and fake advisories pretending to offer travel assistance or cemetery services by monitoring social media during Undas. The NCRPO previously reminded the public not to bring firearms, explosives, alcohol, drugs, gambling paraphernalia, and karaoke machines to cemeteries and columbaria. That's all for now here at Camp Crame, Quezon City. Neil?
Jason, have we reported any untoward incidents sa iba't ibang sementeryo natin dito, at least in Metro Manila?
So far, no untoward incidents have been reported by the Philippine National Police. In fact, at this moment, the National Capital Region Police Office is going around. The Regional Director, Major General Anthony Aberin, has been making inspections first at the PITX terminal in Parañaque City and then earlier at the Manila North Cemetery.
Jason, there may be protests happening, especially ngayon in the height of the investigations on the corruption in the flood control projects here in the country. Binabantayan din ba yan ng PNP?
Yes, last Tuesday when we spoke with the NCRPO, its spokesperson Major Hazel Asilo, she did in fact tell us that even though there will be an Undas commemoration, the All Saints Day, All Souls Day, they are still on alert for the weekly protests that the Trillion Peso March movement announced some time ago. They said that around 600 of their personnel are ready through the unit reserve standby support forces.
Thanks, Jason. That's Jason Sigales reporting live from Quezon City. With Undas just around the corner, visitors begin to flock to one of the major cemeteries in Metro Manila. Joining us live from Manila South Cemetery is Keith Flores. Keith, how's the situation over there?
Neil, we are here at the Manila South Cemetery, one of the most visited cemeteries in Manila during Undas or the observation of All Saints Day and All Souls Day. The Philippine National Police says approximately 3,000 people have already visited their loved ones on October 28 and 29 ahead of Undas. According to Manila South Cemetery OIC Director John Mark Mendez, the number of visitors could reach 600,000 to as high as 1 million by the end of All Souls Day on November 2. As of 12 noon today, the PNP recorded an estimate of 2,500 visitors. 124 PNP personnel are spread across the cemetery for assistance and security, but more uniformed officers are expected in the following days. Joining the PNP are members of the Bureau of Fire Protection, the Philippine Red Cross, the Municipal Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office, and a few volunteers.
There are police assistance desks all over the cemetery with 4 to 5 cops stationed at each one, while medical response teams are on standby near the main entrance of the cemetery. 4 ambulances are also within the lot. Free rides are also available via e-trikes that take visitors around the 25-hectare cemetery. Additionally, the cemetery has a puntod or grave finder online where visitors can locate where their loved ones are placed by simply entering the name of the deceased. Children entering the cemetery are also being tagged with a wristband in case they get lost. Today, the cemetery opened at 5 a.m. and will close at 6 p.m. From October 31 to November 2, however, the Manila South Cemetery is open from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. Private vehicles, including motorcycles and scooters, are not allowed to enter the premises of the cemetery until November 2. Moreover, visitors are prohibited from bringing playing cards, sharp objects, guns, flammable materials, alcoholic beverages, loudspeakers, and musical instruments. Overnight stays are also not allowed. As of 11 a.m., no confiscations have been made and no incidents have been recorded by the PNP. The Manila Police District earlier advised not to bring children and pets, saying that crowded spaces pose health and safety risks. It also advised visitors to come to the cemetery early to avoid the crowd. Thanks, Neil.
Keith, can you share a little bit about the process there when it comes to the security measures being implemented by the police over there? Kapag nakarating ka ba dyan, paano yung sistema?
So right now, Neil, no, actually just right behind me, meron po dyang around 6 to 10 police na nag-frisk ng lahat ng pumapasok dito sa sementeryo. At nakahiwalay din po yung pila natin para sa mga babae at mga lalaki po.
Again, can we remind the public kung ano yung mga prohibited items there at the Manila South Cemetery?
So sa South Cemetery, I think this is similar as well to other na mga sementeryo, no? Bawal po ang mga alcoholic beverages, any objects that are related to gambling such as playing cards, mga dice, bawal din ito. Bawal din ang mga disruptive na mga objects such as loudspeakers and mga instruments as well. No, ayun po.
Okay, maraming salamat, Keith. That's Keith Flores reporting live from Manila South Cemetery. Let's head on over to Manila Memorial Park, where members of one of the Philippines' most prominent political families are laid to rest. For the latest updates there, Zacharian Sarao is reporting live from Parañaque City. Zach?
Yes, Neil, I'm here right now at the Manila Memorial Park in Parañaque City, where preparations are still largely in full swing ahead of the annual Undas. As we all know, Neil, Manila Memorial Park is the final resting place of many prominent figures, including former President Cory Aquino, her husband, former Senator Benigno Ninoy Aquino Jr., and their son, former President Benigno Nonoy Aquino III. And this is exactly where I am right now, specifically in front of the mausoleum where all three Aquinos are buried. So far, supporters have left candles and yellow flowers to pay their respect to the family, as well as yellow ribbons tied to lampposts. The color yellow has long been associated with the Aquinos and has since been a national symbol for democracy. Meanwhile, Neil, no particular family members nor prominent figures have so far visited the grave. It should also be noted, Neil, that the overall weather today here in Parañaque has so far been gloomy. But for the most part, preparations inside the cemetery continue, with caretakers still cleaning and organizing the grounds, all to make sure that everything is in order before thousands of visitors arrive for Undas starting tomorrow until Saturday. Outside the cemetery, the Parañaque Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office has already set up an incident command post in front of the park. This is to ensure quick response and coordination among authorities once the influx of visitors begins. And while not that many visitors expected today, visitors are already starting to trickle in for what could be a quiet start to what's expected to be one of the busiest times of the year here at Manila Memorial Park. While there is no information yet on the number of people expected to visit this year, over 1 million people paid respect to their loved ones here in Manila Memorial Park in 2024. Manila Memorial Park will be open until 6 p.m. today, but starting tomorrow, October 31, and on November 1, the cemetery will be open 24 hours to accommodate those observing Undas. On the other hand, visitors are reminded that firearms, explosives, objects like knives and scissors, alcoholic beverages, gambling materials, loud sound systems, and illegal drugs are prohibited inside the park. Back to you, Neil.
Zach, have you observed any traffic buildup on your way to Manila Memorial Park? Because that's a usual problem there, especially along Sukat Road.
Yeah, I went here around 7 a.m. in the morning and kanina medyo malala na yung traffic. Siguro kasi sakto rin na rush hour. Pero the public should expect na since sa normal na pangalang na araw sobrang traffic na sa Sukat Road. For sure, mismong Undas, simula bukas, talagang mas bibigat yung daloy ng trapiko sa Sukat.
Okay, thanks, Zach. That's Karian
you.
Sarao, live from Manila Memorial Park. In other news, Public Works Secretary Vince Dizon assures the public that the 3 aircraft linked to former Ako Bicol Party List Representative Zaldy Co can't be sold even after they were flown out of the country. The Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines earlier confirmed that the 3 air assets related to Co are no longer in the country. Co is currently being linked to anomalous flood control projects. Dizon says the 3 aircraft is prohibited from being deregistered from CAAP, so they can't be put up for sale. Deregistration is an act of removing an item from an official registry. CAAP said that 2 Augusta Westland helicopters are currently in Kota Kinabalu, Malaysia, having flown there on August 20 and September 11. Meanwhile, a Gulfstream aircraft has been in Singapore since August 16. Dizon earlier revealed that companies tied to Co tried to deregister 3 helicopters from the Philippines to be put on sale but failed to do so. In a press conference in September, Dizon shared that Co has 4.7 billion pesos worth of air assets registered under different companies. Meanwhile, Dizon shares that Co's air assets will be subject of forfeiture cases that the national government plans to file. Dizon says this will start the process of recovering public funds following President Bongbong Marcos's directive. The Independent Commission for Infrastructure recommended to the Office of the Ombudsman the filing of criminal and administrative complaints against Co and several other incumbent and former government officials. The former lawmaker is being accused of masterminding last-minute insertions and realignments in the 2025 national budget. He is also accused of receiving a cut from the funds allocated to government flood control projects. Co has denied the allegations on budget insertions and kickbacks, adding he will address the issues through a proper forum.